So, the next tournament power season is here. Now, we've got a team here. I'll probably make a few changes, but we'll look at the recommended allies first here, because obviously this shows you, all the categories you need basically to do this. So, as you can see with the boost battle score, this is pretty much what you're going to be focusing on mainly. You can sort of focus on stats, but it's not really that big of a deal. It's mainly the battle score that gets you, obviously, higher rank, stuff like that. So, as you can see, if you have the new Goku or the new Topo, that's obviously the most ideal characters to bring, so make sure you bring them if you have them. Then the rest is actually fairly simple, so just, Survivor Saga, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, or Rival Universe. So, obviously, Survivor Saga is what you're aiming for the most battle score there. So, pretty much like I said, this team that I got here is pretty much the most ideal setup. Now, you can make a few changes. So, if you don't have the new Legend Goku, you could probably bring... who'd be a good pick? I was going to say maybe these guys, because they are purple, which could be an okay choice, but they've only got 5% on both there. So, probably... bringing these guys would be better, this green Vegeta and Goku, because obviously they got, Survivor Saga, stuff like that, so, and obviously, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, so, another tag there, so they're probably a good choice. Goku and Frieza, maybe as well be a good choice, because obviously the tags, which, actually this Ultra Kaioken Goku could be actually better to bring. I could bring him instead of the Vegeta, but I think for this setup, I'm just going to keep him in there. Just because I want to make this team sort of, not free-play friendly, but I guess a bit of both. Obviously, if you don't have the new Goku, it's not quite free-play friendly, but this should be a fairly balanced team. But you could obviously bring this new, well not new, but the Kaioken Goku as well. Or free-play Jiren, you could bring this free-play Jiren. For example, he'd be pretty good. So there's a few decent choices you could bring, but for the best setup, if you have these characters, this should be fine. Now, I'll hop straight into it. I don't think this will be too challenging, so obviously we want to make sure we do the route straight away, which is most important. So, probably the right path is looking the best, because the most difficulty there. Yeah, we're definitely on the right side. Now, with this part here, the switch outs, I do recommend to keep doing this. It's a good habit to get into. The reason why I say that is, when you get to the hard boss stages, if you don't do the right layout bonuses or the right targets on your opponent, it can heavily impact on how the fight goes. So make sure you try and at least get on top of that so you don't, obviously ruin your run. So we just take a little bit of damage, not too bad there. So this part here we shouldn't take too much, but luckily with the revived Goku we should be fairly fine. As well, we can sort of use him as like a tank a little bit if we need to. And with selecting characters, you don't really need to do it for these sort of semi-difficult stages, so anything 4 and below, you don't really need to focus on which characters to target for. It's mainly the really hard fights. So now, for here, we're going to actually swap this Vegeta down here. So obviously, if you put the characters towards the end of the list, they'll obviously recover a fair bit more. So now we'll just do probably something like that should be fine. I'd be happy with that. Actually, with special move damage, maybe we should put like that. Yeah, because then Topo will do a heavy hit straight off the bat. I mean, for this part, we don't really need to worry about it, but I'd rather we sort of keep Vegeta to recover a little bit. So probably the Ultra Kaioken Goku could have been better to pick, because I reckon he would tank a little bit better. But you should see here, we should heal up a little bit here. Yeah, so as you said, that's pretty much what you want to do. Now here we go to the middle path, and then probably middle and then to the right again, I'm assuming. Now, obviously doing this, you can change your path slightly if you need to, so I would recommend if you're struggling with HP and stuff like that, probably switch out a few characters, or not a few characters, a few pathways to make it a little bit easier. Like for here, for example, we need to focus on who to get rid of first. Right, Ultra Frieza, or maybe, I was going to say, we could do Metal Cooler first, so I think Ultra Frieza, Metal Cooler, and then the rest, get rid of him, and then just do something like that. This will be a little bit annoying, this fighter, actually. We should be fine. I don't think we'll die here, but we'll probably take a fair bit of damage, just because how annoying most of these characters are. So, let's see. Yeah, we took a little bit, not too much, nothing to really worry about there. So, we'll go straight up again here. So now, we'll put Jiren down a little bit, just so he can heal up. And then do something like that. So, as you can see there, with... Actually, we can do this. Yeah, because we wouldn't Jiren to heal up a little bit. But as you can see there, Vegeta's healed up a fair bit. Not obviously all the way, which is fine. You know, but that's why you're going to make sure you keep swapping your characters out. Because you can essentially set up a team like I've got and just click auto mode. But I'm pretty sure auto mode doesn't move your characters around. Or if it does, it's not going to do the best situation. So at least doing it manually, you can sort of... Or if you just follow what I'm doing, you can sort of get a good run in the end, I guess you can say. So we can do that pretty much fine there. As you can see, Jiren's stood up a bit. So is this definitely where we're going to go? Yeah, we'll say, because if we go here, we'll lose a little bit of points here. So if we stick on the right here for a little bit and then go middle again, we should be fine. Probably get rid of Charlotte first, and the rest doesn't really matter. And then probably go straight up again after that. And then middle, by looks like, I think middle was the hardest one there. Ooh, we took a little bit of damage actually. I didn't expect to take that much. We should still be fine though. We could just do something like this. Gotta be fine with that. So here we'll probably get rid of... Doesn't really matter. They're not really that annoying or too overpowered, so it's not that big of a deal. So then we go to the middle path. As you can see, it's a little bit harder there. So I didn't check as well what points we're aiming for, like what the total score is. Probably should have done that before, but we always look at the end just to see where I'm roughly at. So looking at this, if we go middle, then back onto the right side again. But if you're struggling with HP, you could go to the left, make it a little bit easier. But yeah, I think that's the way we're going to go. So go switch out here again. We're going to put Koken Goku down just a little bit here, because I'd rather him sort of heal up a little bit, as much as we can. Actually, we can just do something like that. And we're going to put Koken Goku right down the bottom, for now. Your Goku is probably most annoying, then Beast, and the rest doesn't really matter. Alright, let's see where we're at here. Now, I know Tournament Power has been out for a while, because a few people do ask me to get Tournament Power videos on straight away, which I do want to do, but at the same time, I'd rather wait till, as you can see, on the weekend, because now I get a full run so you guys can see the exact way I'm going and what score you should roughly expect. So that's why it doesn't always drop as soon as Tournament Power starts. It's usually at least until I get a full run. I just want to double check if I'm on the right path. Yeah, go here. So yeah, that's why it's a little bit late, but usually as soon as I get a full refill of my energy, I'll go straight away into it. So I can actually do something like this now. So Vegeta will probably take a fair bit of damage there, but I think we should still be fine. So we'll probably get rid of Krillin first, just to make it a little bit easier on us here on this run. So then we'll probably just go keep straight up again. So it's a very heavily right-sided path, this one. So yeah, Vegeta didn't take too much damage, so yeah, again we'll go straight up. Switch it here again. Probably just keep the same as that, to be honest. Yeah, we'll just keep the same. I don't really see why we need to change something that we don't really need to there. So I think roughly, what, 60 mils usually the roundabout score to try and get. Which is why I said you got to be careful that you don't die, because if you die, it resets a lot of your run. Because as you can see there on your victory there, it's got bonus 300%. So that's why it's such a huge thing to make sure you don't die at any crucial time, because you get reset all the way back here. It's just annoying. And you should only be to here to your last boss fight. So if you die on this one, you go down to here. So it shouldn't be that bad actually. Right, so go straight up again. Switch out. So now we bring Jiren down here, but we'll bring this Vegeta down here. Could even bring something like this, I think we'll do. Yeah, we'll do that. LF Cooler, I mean, if you guys saw my short video, I did say we could potentially get an LF Cooler, and who knows, maybe Tournament Power's hinting at it again. Could be, or could not be. Because Legends likes to do that, they like to chuck in like subtle hints to what's next. Right, now let's have a look here. So Just trying to see. So that is the highest power level, which I don't think is going to matter too much of our points here, because this is like only 20,000 less. So we'll still go for the hardest one here, because I think you do get more on the harder fights. I could be wrong. So let's get switch out here. Let's have a look. We're pretty much set. I would say we can probably just do something like this. Actually, Jiren to be not Jiren, Typo have a little bit more damage there. So that's pretty much the perfect setup. I think I don't think we have to change anything there. So now this one's obviously a little more toxic to face here. So I'll probably get rid of Goku and Bardock first because they got the invisibility thing. Maybe the probably these guys because they confuse when I really want that because it makes the fight longer and obviously sustain more damage there. Then probably the Gammas or something like that. Yeah, I'll be fine with that. So we should be fine. I don't think we'll lose anyone here. Hopefully not. Should be fine. So let's see. We'll probably take a lot of damage. I think not too bad actually. I think we're gonna take a lot more than that. So let's see what that's put us for the first run here. So sometimes I do make changes in my second run. So 61 mil there, so not too bad at all. Let's go check the leaderboard at the moment, see where we're roughly at. So my rank is currently 115, which is fairly high. Now obviously it is still very early on, so it could obviously change, but 115 is definitely a very good start to Tournament Power Season, so I'll happily take that. Now I do want to mention, you don't have to get as high as I am, you know, if you aren't that high, because if we go into ranking rewards here, for your 1000 rewards here, 1000 CC, you only need to be in the top 25% of the A-League. So as you can see there, the minimum to be in the top 25% is 42 million. So if you pretty much copy the same setup I've got, same team, same route, you should get that CC regardless. We'll have a look at the route again, just quickly show the way I went. Just quickly recap. Attempt 1, so fairly simple, just pretty much stayed on that right side the whole way. Except going for the middle for the main fight there, because you could go on the left for some of these. Like, if you're struggling with HP, like, your characters are getting very close to, like, dying, you could go to the left side where it's a little bit weaker. You'll probably get a lot less points, but I don't think it'd be that impactful. You should still at least get 50 mil, maybe. I would say 50 mil. It's hard to say, but you should, like I say, if you follow the same team setup I've got, stuff like that, you'll easily get your 1000 CC. So yeah, that's going to today's video, guys. If you need any more help with team builds, stuff like that, just let me know in the comment section below. And if you guys like this video and you want to see more, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.